Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. So here we are, bloody turn 22. This is going to be an exciting experience, I can assure you that. I think it's going to be one of those where, I don't know, I feel, I'm going to say I've got a good feeling. But even then, that one's a little bit dubious, isn't it? We'll see what happens. I think it'll be okay. I do think we'll be alright. I think we are, well, we are like, I think we're going with the best method. We've seen quite a lot of variations of the way that the historical gamer has actually responded to us in Malaya. So there, Swordfish, I see you made the goddamn right decision, you son of a bitch. What do you guess? So we've seen quite an interesting response from the historical gamer in Malaya. I mean, of course, he's gone for the all hands on deck approach of like 100% combat patrol, and it's actually pretty easy to do that because at the end of the day, it's not particularly hard to coordinate planes to just fly above you out of the airfield. So it works. It does work. We've had times where there's been no opposition. We've had times there's been maximum opposition, but we are going to adapt to that, and we are going to radically increase the amount of fighter presence in comparison to the actual ratio of like fighter to bombers. Really, something like 3 to 1. So 3 fighters to like 1 bomber, and I think that is going to be the way we get through here, and it's going to be the best way, because at the end of the day, we'll probably still lose some planes to flak. That's going to be a thing to always happen, but we'll ideally take down quite a lot of his actual forces in the air. Tena Heka Banzai. Now I wonder if Chrome starts stream even when it's not in focus. Not sure on that one, my dude. Hello there, Talon. Hello there, Pirate and Reinhardt. How are we all doing? Have a bit of water here. My mouth's gone a little bit dry today. There we go. Ooh, this will be an interesting one, I imagine. Give people a couple of minutes to get into the stream here, and then we'll get going. It is, I think this is it. I mean, the situation, I suppose, in Malaya is, it is obviously one of the priorities, but I suppose it's harder for it to be a true priority due to the nature of the fact that, well, I mean, the nature of the actual campaign there is one of mostly movement of army units at the moment. Once we do break his air cover, that's when it becomes more of a fluid campaign again. I mean, the actual fluid campaigns, I mean, of course, it's like, for example, China and the Malayan campaign, they're both, I suppose you could say, static campaigns to somewhat of a degree. And then we do have the South Pacific, which I'd consider like a fluid campaign, really. I got just enough time to see what happens. So there, Justin, how you doing, my friend? Hello there, Anno80, how you guys doing? Okay. Hope Matrix Games gives you and THG a commission. Oh man, you finally bought it? Oh, that's bloody awesome, my dude. I mean, if you can, like, if there's an option for you to, like, put a message about it, it's really well appreciated. I mean, what we are trying to do is really try and garner more interest in Wonder Pacific, and at the end of the day, if we can actually convince Matrix and Sliver Engage to actually, like, think, okay, maybe we should go back and revisit Wonder Pacific, then that'd be fantastic. Okay, man, so, the save is turn 15 here. I've not actually seen what it's called. Too little butter of it fucking cracks me up. I like that one. So, too little butter spread over too much toast. Oh god, he's got some sass. The man has some sass. That is some true, brilliant sass that I like. That I think these are some of my favourite points here. I just think we have man the guns and rule the waves. See, I don't know anything about Hearthfinds for like man the guns. I don't know whether I should be excited. I find it really hard to be excited at anything to do with Hearthfind 4. But we'll see. Looking forward to rule the waves too. That'd be awesome. Okay, so let's see how we get on here. Too little butter spread over too much toast. I suppose that's easy to say for the defender. I'm still feeling somewhat positive. I think we'll be okay. That's like a Tolkien reference. Oh dear. Okay, so apparently we lost some equipment there during the unloading or the loading process. Hello there, Rez. How you doing, my friend? Okay, I-4, what do we have here? Alwyn. I cannot reach attack position. Okay, that's fine. Oh, no, they are in attack position. Near miss. Fails to find the submarine. Attacks again due to the location, I assume. Well, locating. Eludes contact. Well. That was interesting. So we can see here Monaghan and Alwyn. Now, the good news is I-4 didn't actually launch an attack. She was discovered, which is, I mean, it's not a good thing. I mean, the thing is that she's been discovered by the enemy. But she hasn't wasted any torpedoes, so that's quite nice. It does reveal that he's actually sending 2 destroyers out here. Hello! Oh, I'm smiling so goddamn much right now. Oh, I'm smiling. Oh, I-4, you were going all out here, my beautiful son of a bitch. Ah. Oh. Why is she here? What is he doing? Okay, what is he doing? He shouldn't be here. Why is he sending cargo ships out that way? That's what I found really interesting. Not so much in the actual destroying of the ship. I mean, the thing is, that thing is going to go down. 3 torpedoes and like a couple shell hits on top of that. That is the icing on the cake to sink that son of a bitch. But what I find really intriguing, and what I actually find very, very exciting, is, well, why is she there? Why is he sending cargo ships out this way? He knows I have submarines in the area, so why is he doing it? Why is he doing this? We did elude the actual 2 escorts there, so that was really well done there by A4. Really, really well done. I mean, for the fact that she was able to find her deck gun as well, that's amazing. Yeah, attacking on the surface. I mean, very accurate. Yep, she definitely goes down there. Oh, hello. I'm not going to complain about that. Very happy. I mean, this is actually quite an important target there. So 2 torpedoes and a shell hit. Yes, please. Now, we do see one looks at the additional ships over here. I think it was the right decision for us to move the majority of our submarines into the Sea of Java, or the Java Sea. Yeah, this seems to be where the actual activity is really ramping up. But this is nice. This is a really nice way to actually start out. It's not often that we start out with success, and especially success in a row. And especially success in a row from our submarines. So this is quite nice, yeah. And the first ship in the water sinking in American waters, yeah, probably not wrong. Yep, she goes down. Very nice. Oh, hello! And beautiful catch over here. Right, only 1 torpedo into there, but that's still gonna hurt. She goes down as well, holy moly. 3 kills. That is nice. Okay, so Kitabutai has been refueled there to what degree we can imagine. Well, what degree we can manage there with just a few thousand units of fuel. But that's nice. I really, really appreciate that. I mean, potentially might be some more success to come, but that's nice. It's good to see us actually taking something down there. And that's going to put a dampener on his actual mood, I'd imagine. Okay. Oh, hello! Oh, that is beautiful. Now, this is how I like to start the stream. I knew there was some reason to be happy. Oh, God. I'm getting goosebumps here. God, if you press me up against glass, I could probably cut it. We've never had this, have we? We've never had such success in, like this. I'm getting a little bit, carried away, I know, but that is nice. Okay. I'm giggly. I'm very giggly. I'm officially at the giggle stage. I'm definitely having a giggle. That's 4 ships down there. Indeed. Das Boot theme pays. Hello! No! Come on, come on, come on, come on, please, no. Yes! Yes! That is a submarine tender as well. Oh. Oh. Hello there, Blinson. Hello there. Oh my god. Ah. Oh my lord. Oh, that is beautiful. I mean, that is 2 torpedo hits. He's not going to be too particularly happy this turn. I can assure you that one. I mean, these are spread out as well. This is just really nice. I mean, yes, the cargo ships are empty. Well, as far as we can see, they're empty of actual troops. But at the end of the day, it's actually denying him actual cargo capacity, so that's very nice. But I mean, this is a real prize over here. This in the oiler. So there's a submarine tender over here. The submarine tender and the oiler, very nice. Very, very bloody nice. Giggle stage in fucking gauge, my friends. And she goes down. Yeah, that was really nice. We've never had anything like that before. I mean, the actual amount of moonlight here is very nice. Okay, looks as though our troops are going to arrive here to actually reinforce Mersing. Very nice. Yeah, I mean, you name a time when we've had 5 kills in a row there. We've never had that. And these are really spread out across the actual theatre here as well. This is very nice. But yeah, on top of that, we actually see our reinforcements arrive here at Mersing. I don't know how much of a difference this is going to make. They're only carrying a couple hundred troops there, if that. 35 casualties reported, 5 disabled, but the thing is they do make it through, which is quite nice. Ideally, this will make a difference. I do wonder if he's going to attack again at Mersing, but we'll see. Yeah, that's a lot of damage. Oh, God, I'm really quite giggly there. That's really nice. And I don't know if we'll see any more ships destroyed this turn. It would be nice, but ideally it's not our ships here. Okay. Yep. We do have to be mindful of the actual shore defenses here. There is quite a lot of them. These torpedo boats and destroyers are actually very maneuverable. Yeah, this is the ace episode. Time for a meme that is not a biplane one. Good God, the tides have changed. Oh. Oh. God, it's like all my Christmases coming up once. Oh, wow. Oh, this is going to actually really set some, like, unattainable standards for later on. This is never going to happen again. I really cannot say this will ever happen again. This is... Oh, my God. I'm getting quite emotional here. Oh, wow. That was nice. That was really nice. Oh, yes. Oh, it is definitely coming up Millhouse today. When has this happened, guys? When has this happened? It's never happened. Oh, my God. And that is another one down there. Holy guacamole. That's going to put a dampener on him. I mean, at least there's a vengeance from the deaths of Mersing, so that's really nice. Very happy about that. Let's hope that the rest of the episode is as good, because that's a brilliant way to start out. Absolutely brilliant way. I know, right? Yeah, definitely. I-121 going for a double tap, but this is it. Just ensuring the kill there. I mean, I hope so. I mean, this is it. It's like, it didn't look like the vast majority of those actual cargo ships were even escorted. So I do wonder what it's actually doing. Right, here we go. Wow. Right, I'm rather intrigued to see that we don't have any zeros here. That does worry me, considering that we did have both zero squadrons actually assigned to this. We do have 29 Oscars, so hope for the best. Hope for the best. A little bit irritated by the fact that these zeros aren't here, considering that we did have 3 squadrons of fighters, but I suppose what'll be will bloody well be. Whoops, actually hit the microphone there. It's not going to be great, is it? Yeah, a little bit confused as to why the zeros aren't here. You'll be able to attack the Soviets at some point? Oh God, I hope not. Oh God, I hope not. Okay, ideally the Oscars can keep them busy, but I suppose if we have the zeros come in later, they should be able to destroy some of the actual combat air patrol here, ideally. So far we're doing well. Interesting to see that it's diving from about 25,000 feet, actually. We do have the maneuverability advantage here, which is ideally going to pay off. Yeah, the bulk are definitely buffaloes. Dive in here. No, they should have all been out. I think it's just a coordination issue, to be honest. I mean, we still have 29 fighters originally, so that's not a bad number. Okay, 20,000 feet there. I don't know, I suppose it might not be too bad. I mean, if we get through here without too many bomber losses... I mean, this is it, we only have the one bomber squadron here, so the amount of losses is only going to be that at maximum. We'll see how things go. It does mean that this turn our bombers do have a good amount of time to get some rest. Rest actual pilots and rest the airframes to a degree. But if the zeros come in the next wave, if they even come in, I don't know whether they would come in, there might be like a second sortie maybe. Maybe. I mean, it's looking fairly good so far. They're not amongst the bombers. I mean, that's when things get bad, is when they're amongst the bombers. We're not destroying the enemy fighters here in any great number, but we're keeping them at bay for the most part. Oh, no good. Critical hit there. Probably going to see that one lost. Buffalo spins away on fire. Oscar damaged. Yeah, but looks like ammunition's not exactly going to last too much longer. One down. Yeah, they're amongst the bombers now. Okay, because this part actually does hurt me, we'll skip forward and see how many we lose. Okay, a few of them lost, not too bad. Hello there, Artem. How are you doing with my friend? Yeah, flak heavy losses there. Yeah, I think we'll see quite a few planes destroyed this turn due to operational. Yeah, okay, not much damage there to the airfield. It's a shame. I'm really intrigued as to why the zeros didn't take off. They should have taken off, so I think there might be like a second wave going in. But I suppose that's the hard part. We can actually set up these missions, but we can't ensure that they all fly at the same time. This is a really bloody irritating thing we're finding. See, I'm really rather confused why we're not seeing Oscar escort there, but, okay. It went ahead and nobody died, so I'll take that as a positive then. Positive mean. I think there's going to be a second attack on Singapore. Right, okay, so lastly, Medan raid has gone ahead. Well escorted. This is what we need, is like a good escort, good mix of escorts. Maybe fatigue, but it shouldn't be that high. It surely should not be high enough for the entire squadron, for both squadrons to not take off. Okay, yep, we're hitting these bombers over here, that's quite good. Yeah, destroying some of these planes on the ground as well. Yeah, very nice. So 5 of them damaged there, 1 destroyed on the ground. Actually quite a lot of damage done to the runway. Nice. Yeah, K-44 Tojo's in there, escorting. Another bomber run. A single Blenheim. Okay, it's interesting. I feel like there might be a second... Like a second attack in Singapore, because I can't fathom why both squadrons wouldn't fly. Like, the entire things wouldn't fly. I find that strange. It's not been too bad. I mean, losses weren't too bad at all, really. Not much damage actually done there, but we can keep that up over time. See, the thing is, it's like, I like to actually have the Zeros escort because they are by far the best. I mean, we could potentially do that. I mean, we are escorting less bombers, so we might have a Zero squadron actually sweep in the future then. We'll consider that one. Oh, well, I suppose it's not too bad. I'm sure this situation will explain itself once we actually do get to the turn. A little bit disappointed that we didn't see a great show of fighters over there, especially as we did make a massive thing about that. Yeah, you're in the best place if you're new, man. Absolutely best place to be. Okay, at least we do have Zeros defending here. That is a lot of wildebeest. We might at worst see some torpedo bombers or destroyers sunk, but we'll see. At least we do have Zeros here to actually aid. See what they can do, actually. Critical hit on a Buffalo, another Buffalo down, very nice. Yeah, see the difference that the Zeros can make here. It looks like the altitude's extremely low here. Doing very well. If we can destroy some of these actual bombers, I'd be very happy. Okay, that's all the Buffalo shot down. Fantastic now with amongst the fighters. Oh no, there's still, sorry, yeah, well, I suppose I was right on that one. Still some P-40Es over here. Diving on the Warhawk. Critical hit, very nice, destroyed. Indeed, biplanes. Yeah, there's a lot of potential torpedoes here, so we might lose a ship, but I don't know, we'll see how we go on. Right, low fuel there, only 2 Zeros left. But we have taken out the vast majority of the actual fighters. Yep, only one left. I don't think we'll be able to get in amongst the actual fight. Yep, no. Okay, let's see what they can go for. It would suck to lose a destroyer, but we'll see. Torpedo boats I don't particularly mind too terribly much. I mean, these are extremely maneuverable as well. We'll see how we go on here. Only thing I really care about is the destroyers for the most part. Come on. You will survive. You are going to make it. You're going to learn how to fly. Huh. Okay, the biplane spell has finally been broken. They are mortal. They do bleed. Well, that actually went really well for us. That actually was really nice. I mean, that saw him just losing everything there. I mean, he's lost 3 Buffaloes there at least. I mean, he lost most of his P-40E Warhawks. I think only one of them made it out. We took 0 damage and we destroyed some of them with the flak. So that was a nice raid. That went really well. Full confidence. Didn't totally expect to see everything blown up, but my god, it turns out they're mortal. Okay, let's tune me back up. We're rising up. Back on the street. Was it served my time, took my chances? Swordfish are like, no. Yeah, basically, I suppose you could think of like land warfare, akin to like a sort of chessboard in a way. Like, you move the pieces individually. Right, here we go. We've seen some combat over here. Yeah, I imagine so. Right. Should be able to actually kick them out of the area over here. Yep, they're forced to retreat now. I'd imagine they were retreating, but the thing is when you do retreat, you take a lot of losses. So the thing is, we might actually be able to chase them down. Okay, that's actually rather a fair amount of Japanese... well, just... Whoa. Okay, yep, okay. I mean, I'll take 3 destroyed squads and 113 disabled for 293 destroyed squads, 352 destroyed squads. 8 destroyed engineers, you have 6 disabled, 12 guns lost. Yeah, that was nice. That was nice. 7,397 casualties inflicted. I'll take that. I'll take it. Yep, I will take that. Defender, fatigue, morale, experience. Okay, that's good to know there. 115 guns, I've lost a couple of those. Yeah, I think what we need to do here then is actually continue chasing this force, actually. I think this would be them. We need to take a note of which unit it actually was. So this was the 18th Corps and the 94th Corps. So if we do have the ability to do so, it might be worth actually chasing them to the outskirts of the town. Very nice. Okay, bombardment of Wuchao. Yep, so we can see he doesn't have a huge amount of AV there, but we obviously do not want to be going in too hard. So I think using the heavy guns over here is probably going to be the best. Yeah. Until the rest of the 38th Division arrives, we'll take it quite slow. What do you guys think so far, man? That's not been bad at all. Okay. So, 50 Allied casualties there. 1 squad destroyed, 2 disabled, 1 squad destroyed here. So we can see... Yeah, he does have a fair amount of defender troops here. Not a huge amount. He has 86 guns. I mean, we do have vehicles here, which is quite nice. We do have heavy guns as well. So we have a much... I mean, it says 86 guns, but in reality that's different. Right, actually, no, there's actually a fairly decent force over here at Manila. Let's see how we do with the 16th Division. Tenno, Hiker, Banzai!
Hello, you fighting orphans of the Pacific. This is your favorite enemy, Orphan Anne, at Radio Tokyo, with music to lift your spirits and words to depress your morale. But first, Imperial General Headquarters announced today that the ever-victorious forces of the Japanese Empire have captured Manila.
I love it. I'd love when you get to hear those. It's freaking awesome here in Tokyo, but that's very nice. We actually do take out one of his Catalinas over here as well. 365 casualties. All of this is just basically superficial. They could be recovered. 2,485 casualties inflicted there. 103 squads destroyed. 173 squads destroyed. 14 engineer squads destroyed. 76 guns destroyed. 1 unit was completely destroyed there. I'm not entirely sure which one it was. I'm going to probably... Well, actually, they're both classed as divisions here. I'm going to say that, yeah, that was really nice. And I do wonder where they've retreated to. Yeah, no, the speaker's awesome. Hello there. That is awesome. Hello there, David. How you doing there, Chow? The Chinese force on the last Chinese port city looks pretty vulnerable. Yeah, we will be trying to get to those. The whole episode is great. Now call it the Japaning. The Japaning. Hi. Smiled upon XCRG and said I. That's awesome. And that's very nice, very clean as well. That is actually clinical. Do we take Baker Island this turn? No? Do we actually not make it to Baker Island? Somewhat surprised there. I thought we would have made it with the high speed there. But that's not too bad then. We'll definitely make it in the next day event to come. So what will it be, the 30th December or something like that? Not too bad at all. Not too bad at all. Not too bad at all, then. Okay, would have been nice if hit Bacon, I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, not bad at all. I think this has actually been one of the nice turns that we had. Hello there, Goodman. Ooh, right, okay, a few forces arrived there, whether they're actually new forces or whether the ones that have been transferred, we'll find out. Okay, very nice, very, very nice. Let's take a look over here then in the Pacific. Fair enough. I thought Kotori would have made it further than she did. I might have actually been... Okay. I guess we overestimated that. So she'll be there tomorrow. That's fine by me. Right. So we still see only a light amount of troops over here at Canton Island. So tomorrow we'll definitely have Baker Island. So with Baker Island secured, we'll have another airfield under our control. We'll have Canton Island within 2 days. I mean, I could have them arrive tomorrow if I so wish to do so. We might consider that one. Okay, we actually have some information over here. Right, there are a couple units over here. We are fairly heavily blockading the actual... thank God. Okay. Interestingly enough, there's supposedly 1,300 troops there. But there's 6 units. I don't believe that's entirely accurate. Ah, okay, so in the actual port of Suva... Oh my god, we're actually getting some really solid information here. Okay, guys, this is actually really, really good. So this turn will at least make going to work bearable. Ah, man, that's awesome, dude. I'm glad you enjoyed this, mate. Okay. As a novice, can someone explain the difference between disabled squads and destroyed? Basically, disabled squads are like, yeah, gone. They will have to be replaced, so obviously that will take time for the replacements actually to get there. Disabled squads, they're not effective, you obviously can't use them, but they can, obviously, after some time of rest, be brought back. So you don't have to actually replace them, it just takes some time for them to be brought back into a combat state, really, for the most part. Okay, but this is super interesting. So we are seeing at least 3 heavy cruisers over here. 2 ships here, 6 ships here. So if we could remember, it was something in the region about 4 heavy cruisers and 2 destroyers. Something like that. Now, I don't have any information over here. We lost sight of the light cruisers that were down here. Port airstrike planned at Suva. Yeah, I mean, that is what we'll probably end up going for. But yeah, things are really going ahead quite nicely. Let's take a look then. So where's Kitabutai? There's the New Caledonian Express, the Luganville Express, the Fiji Cover Force. Yeah, things are really starting to get going now. I mean, this is looking pretty well organized. I mean, this is definitely not like me to have something organized. Oh, wow. You're actually quite far out there, yeah. Kitabutai was slowed. I think we might have to speed Kitabutai up. Yeah, I think I might have Kitabutai run 1 turn at full speed, because currently the Noumea landing force is actually unescorted. I mean, there are... yeah, they were refueled, probably why. Yeah, they're 10 hexes away. Okay, yeah, we'll have them... then again, I suppose the thing is... we'll discuss this. But I'm leaning to either Kitabutai making full speed. So if I was to take a look, you'd obviously make 8 hexes. You'd be able to make it to there. Is that necessarily the wisest thing to do? It would be a kind of waste of the fuel that we've just taken on board here. Or there is another option. I mean, this is it. It would also exacerbate the damage to Kitabutai, the damage that has been sustained from said action. So we do need to be careful there. Each bit of damage could reduce the speed of Kitabutai, thus decreasing our chances to actually attack, really. Yeah, we have enough fuel here for the time being. We do have additional fuel on its way. So, yeah, that'll be a situation that we definitely have to take a look at. But I'd say, I think what I'd rather do... We'll continue at mission speed, because then at least we keep up with the rest of the force. What I could do is actually tell them to even just... I mean, it depends, are they detected? They're not detected as far as we know. But what we might do is actually tell them to maybe hold off for a turn. Maybe just... I don't know, I could tell them to actually follow Kitabutai, perhaps, for a turn. At least then we're actually going to close the distance. Because right now, I mean, if we take a look over here, so obviously the Fiji cover force is moving out here. Of course, I complained about lack of fuel, which is irritating. I mean, I can transfer the fuel, which is not an issue. Yeah. I suppose the thing is, it's like, what do we really value more? Do we value the day, or do we value the units? So we'll either have the Noumea landing force head back towards... Well, they can head towards Kitabutai, give Kitabutai time to catch up, give these other elements time to catch up as well, and then, yeah, we'll have everything really tighter. We do have our forces over here as well. They're going to be coming at some point soon. As far as I can tell... Yeah, as far as I can tell... We are actually undetected. Now, that's not a certainty, so we do need to obviously operate much like we are doing. With the view that, yeah, probably we are going to be attacked. Okay, actually, we can see here there are aircraft over here at the airfield at Suva. That's very interesting. Okay. I don't know what that says, Roman, but I mean, if you could actually translate it into English, then I could probably respond to that. It's kind of being flagged here by the YouTube system for comments or something like that. Because I'm in full screen, I actually can't, like, show or hide. So, yeah, if you put it into English, then the comments will go through. Okay, so we can see a submarine over here. Supposedly 2 submarines over here. Right. Sorry, wrong stream. No issue, my mate, no issue. Okay. Do I actually have my... Yes, you're finally available. Fantastic. I'm honestly surprised that it's even alive, but that's awesome news, because it means we actually have the plane and we can actually get it the hell out of here. Okay, let's take a look at the other side here. Grumble, grumble. Right, so I don't have any sightings of any of these convoys, but we can see that this is quite an active area that we need to definitely patrol then. Okay. Now, we didn't really inflict much damage on Singapore. I'm rather intrigued to find out what happened with the Zeros. I mean, there is fatigue there. Not terrible amounts of fatigue. I do wonder if they just... I don't know, maybe the weather was bad or something like that. It could have been the weather. Yeah, it is thunderstorms over Kotoburu. Thunderstorms really all over here. So it could have been the weather that prevented them from flying then, perhaps. I suppose that'd make a lot more sense. Okay. I don't know where this is. Katan... Duans? What's the one that adds... patch graphics to the air units. Yeah, if you head onto the actual Discord and go down to Warner Pacific, and you obviously take a look at the pins, you'll find it there. There's a post there from Lupus, or his name is now Marshall Tito, on the actual forum. Well, on the Discord, actually. But yeah, if you take a look there, you'll actually find under the pinned all the actual assets. Okay. So... seems we do lose a little bit of equipment over here from Task Force 72, okay. Could not completely load at San Fernando nor Pari. 1 day until we're actually loaded here, 2 days over here. Resumed our combat patrol here, Tanahaika Banzai. Played Coral Sea as the Allies, got crushed horribly, but it was nice to play the game again. I like it, man. Now, to be honest, I've played that scenario as both sides, and it's really... It really is very interesting because it can go really any number of ways. There's so much that can go wrong there, it's incredible for both sides. Okay, yeah, Task Force 93 has refueled TF1, so obviously Kidabutai 129, 128 is returned to KYJ. Okay, merged. Supposedly 3 allied ships at 127, 127 near Nauru Island. We'll check that one out. It looks as though there's actually submarines by Nauru Island. Intriguing. We do have to go ahead, then. Yeah, we'll go ahead with the idea that Kiributai has potentially been spotted, because if he has something out there, it may end up potentially running into us. So we'll go with the assumption that he's actually spotted us. Yeah, we'll go with the assumption that Kiributai is known about. Not entirely sure, but we'll go with that one. I'll see you later, Swordfish. Have a good one, my man. Okay. No additional repairs available over here at Naga, so obviously we'll take a look at that. The escort over here at Kotoburu. I have my copy of Kaigan here in front of me. I'm trying to play this game. Yeah, it's a shame that they don't have sales more often. It was so cheap at the actual December, January sale. But it's well worth it. You know, I've actually got a copy of Kaigan around here somewhere as well. I've also got Warplan Orange. That one's really intriguing, actually. I do find it almost more... I don't know, I think it's probably better to read American information regarding the Pacific Campaign to really figure out how to defeat them, to actually learn the actual planning, the ideas behind it. It's just one of those things of having the time, really. Right. So we are laying the defensive minefield here at Hong Kong. That's fantastic. Obviously, we need to have minefields all over the shop, really. Okay, loading, yep. So we lost a little bit of equipment from the 24th Regiment there. So obviously they're over at Midway. Supposedly hit a DD over there. Spotted an I-class DD at 183,109. 183,109. Ah, right, that'll be over here. APD destroyers. Okay. Murphy's favourite scenario. Okay. Credited with kill... Well, sorry, credited with kill number 2. Crashes on landing, that's a shame. A couple written off here. Not terribly good losses there. Credited with kill number 2. There we go. These planes are difficult to keep in the air, aren't they? Okay. G4M1 transporting supplies to Chichijima. G4M1 transporting supplies to Wake Island. KI-57 transporting supplies to the 15th. To the 38th. Sok Tran. Sok 15th. It does definitely seem like the A6M2 did take off. I mean, this one over here from Zero was damaged on landing, but not written off fantastically. So I do wonder. I think they attempted to take off, but I think the weather just didn't allow it. That seems to be what it was. Okay. Shaohing expands fortifications to size 2. That's good. Task Force 139, I need to name these. Begins loading resources at Fusan for delivery to Sumaneski. We capture Manila here, of course. See a couple of our elements here upgrading, which is very nice. These base forces being upgraded is very, very good. Right. Yep. Report has been sunk. 59 Sentai arrives at a low star. Very nice. Okay. Interesting. Well, I think what we'll go for then is sweeping the airfields then. With one of his Zeros. So he has 4 to 6 fighters here. The issue is we aren't able to actually deal a lot of damage. It seems like the KI-21s don't seem to deal a lot of damage, which is rather strange. It may be the actual spins of the bombers. Who knows? But we'll continue it anyhow. Right, there's actually a unit over here now. And that one is most certainly trapped. And it's going to take some time for the first SNLF to actually arrive here. But they'll make their sweet time and arrive. Okay, yep, with the fall of Manila, what do we actually have here? So the airfield has suffered some damage, the port has suffered some damage, but we do have 20,000 tons of supply here. We have 5,000 units of fuel here, which is fantastic. That's nice. Yep, a sub-tender and oiler, very nice indeed. Good, okay, so we actually have some supplies here to really enable us to carry on the offensive here. Now, let's take a look at the shape of our division here. Now, they do have some disruption and fatigue. Yeah, the 33rd Division has arrived over here now. They're about halfway there, so we'll be able to reach Cabanara. We'll reach Cabanara next turn then, or possibly the turn after. That's the 29th of December, okay. Alright, that's not bad, I do wonder if they retreated down here or they retreated over here. Hard to say. But I'm very happy that we actually do have a full-blown division. The 14th Division is moving. They're setting off now, so it's going to take them a little bit of time, but once they do arrive, that's going to be fantastic. But I mean, we have the 14th Division, we have here the 16th Division, and then we have the 33rd Division here. So that's 3 divisions within about 200 miles of each other. So obviously, once they do converge on Clark, that is going to be a beautiful, beautiful situation. That is going to be really, harsh for them. I mean, there's a decent concentration force at Clark, but we'll be able to break that. I imagine, I reckon we will do. I don't think it'll take us too much. I think it's going to hurt, but it's going to be one of those things that we have to, do, really. There's no other way around it. Okay. Let's take a look over here, then. So I do have a cannon detachment. 44. Right. I don't think these other ones are moving, actually. Seems you're unpacking okay. So next turn, the cannon detachment will arrive over here at Lingayen. That's going to be good. I mean, what I need to do is actually secure the rail line. And if we take a look over here, we can see the rail line actually extends up here as well, which is nice. I mean, I already do have access to the rail line from San Fernando, which is fantastic. So really, if I take control of this base, or these 2 bases here, we have a fully linked up network of rail lines in the Philippines, which means we can move troops up and down extremely quickly. We'll be able to move up logistics extremely quickly as well, which is going to be fantastic. It's a shame about the road density, but hey, we have to pay for that some way, don't we? It hurts us, but it hurts the Americans just as much. Okay. Tanaka detachment is going to take some time to arrive along with the artillery, but that's not an issue. Okay, we still obviously have the elements of the 33rd and the rest to move on up. I find it frankly amazing they're still unloading. It's taken so goddamn long. I have been quite lazy about it. I should have had them sent elsewhere, but I don't actually have them sent outside the port due to the risks there. Okay, the 23rd Air Flotilla is moving on here. That's very good. The AV is moving very nice. Yep, the 21st Air Flotilla is moving out. And the beautiful thing is she is bringing alongside her another 2 armed merchant cruisers. Yep, not as large as the other ones, but that's still what, just under 2,000 units of troop capacity then, obviously the cargo capacity. Which is going to be really handy. We can actually use that to move units around here quite nicely. Let's see, Marcus Island. Another AV. We have here the fuel on its way. Yep, so there we go. We have 56,141 units of fuel, about 29 hexes away from KYJ. So they're making about 3 hex progress per day. Yeah, 3 hexes. There we go. Okay, yeah, we'll actually see our first allotment of the 11th base force arrive here, which is going to be really good. What are we carrying here? That is 336 men. Okay, 336 personnel. Very nice. Yeah, I think we do have some supply here as well. Yeah, 962 tons. A lot of supply there, 4,000 tons. Okay. Another 1,900 tons. Yeah, a lot of supply there. And probably a little bit too much supply. But we'll have it moved around as necessary. Okay, very nice. Yep, you're just about to ride back home. We can see over here that at Nauru Island, this is where we are seeing reports of submarine activity. I can see that we have loaded up our troops over here. Now, this is a 14-knot vessel carrying an element of the 61st Naval Guard. Just over 300 troops, really. Only 1 gun. Just a 37mm type 180 gun, but still, that's quite nice. The SNLFs, so the Special Naval Landing Forces, and their HMGs. It would be nice, obviously, to use that element to take, I don't know, like another lightly defended island. How are we doing over here, then? Yep, you've moved out as well. Okay, you're still... Right, you're unloading. Okay. Ah, fantastic, fantastic, okay. So you've just finished loading up, which is great news. Okay. So the Kashima Maru is actually available now. Now, the Kashima Maru has 3,800 units of troop capacity, which is phenomenally good. A decent cargo capacity as well. Okay. What do we have here? I think we're still loading them up. I think it's going to take some time, obviously. Yep, still loading the troops here. So they'll be done in a couple of days, then I'd imagine. 789 troops aboard. Yep, that's good. Over here. Currently loading the supplies. There's no other unit here. Okay, we'll tell them to stop. Maybe. I think we'll have the additional troops arrive soon, actually. US lost most of torpedoes when Japan captured their depots in the Philippines. Awesome. I mean, that'd be really handy. Okay. Now, of course, we are expecting additional reinforcements to arrive here in the coming days, which is going to be great. So if I take a look at the reinforcement schedule... there we go. Ground reinforcement schedule. Okay. I suppose we can move them out. It's going to be another 3 days before they arrive anyhow, so that'd be plenty enough time. So we can see here we'll have some additional artillery at Harbin. We'll have some additional troops over here to KYJ, which is fantastic. The Maizuru... second special naval landed forces. We have the other element of the 84th Naval Guard, the second element. The Hong Kong detachment, which is great. The 31st Special Base Force over here to go. Yeah, then these islands over here gain their own base forces, which is going to be awesome. Super, super, super good. It's going to really make a massive old difference. Because then we'll have additional support in the area, and then I can move it around as needed. Kagoshima will receive additional parachutists. Okay, vital AA. Yep, and then we'll have a couple units arrive over here at Saipan, which is going to be great. Tokyo, truck, nice. Babal, that's nice. But in game, it's supplied that makes torpedoes. Any base with supply has torpedoes if they have something that can carry torpedoes. Yeah. I mean, this is it. Oh, wow. Surely we do gain another air division over here. Nice. Yeah. Okay, good, good. It's just obviously trying to make the best use of these forces. Okay, so air-to-air losses. Today, 9. Destroying the air. Oh, no, that's the Allied. Okay. Wow, supposedly 19. Air-to-air, 10. 4, 8. Okay. Not bad, not bad. We've suffered more in the past. 114 political points here, that's good. Okay. Nice, nice. Right. Definitely something at Sydney and definitely something at San Diego. I do wonder if he's actually building up for like a response here or something in the area. But it's good to see over here that his flotilla is in Port Atsuva. What key bases need an air headquarters to make it even better? Well, definitely Noumea. Noumea is definitely the actual priority. KYJ needs one. Would having a base force actually transported to Wake? I mean, I don't know whether they'll be able to use torpedoes there. I doubt it, because it's not air headquarters. But if I can actually run bombers from Wake, that'd be quite nice. So definitely Noumea. We need something in between. So it would be nice to have an in-between base over here, so we'll try and figure that one out. I mean, obviously we'd like to take control of Fiji in the future, but we'll have one sent here to Noumea, definitely to Noumea, and maybe in the future one potentially to Canton Island, perhaps? Depends, really. Or even Savai. Savai would be really nice, obviously because it's in a very strategic position there in the Samoa Islands. But for the moment, it's pretty much just Noumea and KYJ. Until we really... Yeah, I mean, until we really get a better view of the situation in terms of, like, what we can actually manage, it's going to be one of those of where we'll just say Noumea just for the time being. Because that's the one I can definitely say, hand on heart, that's when it will be going. The other ones, I think it'll very much depend on really the situation at hand. Hello there, Cola. Yep, the sub-boys definitely came through. Oh boy, they came through big time. Very nice effort from them. Like a freight train. Okay. That's a lot of light industry there. I was proposing looking at doing something with New Zealand. But the good news is now that we have a submarine, she is 4 hexes out from Auckland. Okay, fantastic. So what we're going to do here then in the actual areas, we are going to patrol around Auckland. I don't know how the hell you get into Auckland. It looks like you come out from this way. So let's take a look then. What is the actual train? Okay, wow. That's super nice. Okay, so we have deep ocean here. Awesome. That's really, really handy because that means we have the best to play with here. I don't know if, I think this is this ocean deep? Ocean shallow, ocean deep. I'm going to say that this is ocean shallow. Sometimes I wish I'd tell you, like, it's like the actual land takes priority over the sea. But I'm going to assume it's like ocean shallow. But even then, like, some places over here are ocean deep. So I'm not entirely sure if this is deep ocean or what. Hard to say. Okay, I suppose we'll go for a little bit of a deeper penetration there, see how that turns out. Now, I-9 is very good because she actually has a patrol plane. So what I'm going to do is actually have you set reconnaissance. So you're going to fly reconnaissance over Auckland, and we're going to try and figure out what is here. We know nothing of this area. We know absolutely jack shit. What do we have here then? I-17. I-17 also has a float plane. Super good. Okay. Moving to the area over here as well. Now, you're running naval search. Okay, that's good. Very good. Okay, that's what we need. So we'll have The submarine closest to New Zealand running the actual reconnaissance over Auckland, try and gather some information there. And we'll have the following submarine actually just run naval search in this area. We have no information. We saw there were some light cruisers, but we've since lost sight of them. See, I'd love to take Norfolk Island as well. I very much need to take Norfolk Island. What we need to do here is absolutely and utterly just deprive him of all airfields in this area. If I can deprive him of any airfield, it means he can't really do terribly much. He's going to have to commit naval assets. And what we need to do here is, at most, I at most want to have Kitabutai in the area for a week, at absolute most. Whether that be 5 days or 7 days, I absolutely at most want them to be here for 7 days. I don't think we can afford them to waste any more time, because frankly, they do need to go to truck to rearm, repair, try and obviously repair some damage there. Refuel, of course, would be quite nice. With such a large fleet, such large ships over there, it is a massive drain on the local logistics there. Now, I do have a squadron of L3Y2 Tinos over here. A couple of them are in for maintenance, they'll catch up, but I think we'll have them moved over to the Marshall Islands. Use them to actually move around our forces. Now, how we're looking over here, then? Okay, so... I'm looking at the wrong island, that's why. Okay, the 6 base force over here is... Yeah, it's building up in numbers. It's going to take a while, but those numbers will build. Yeah, at Tarawa, I don't have any engineers, which is a shame. Aviation support's still good. I mean, the thing is, we are pretty much on the border there. We do have just enough, but it's not huge. We aren't expanding the airfield. It's going to take a long time, especially a long time since we don't have any bloody engineers. Right, what is the state of actual aircraft? Not particularly great. A lot of them are out for the count for the time being. I mean, we do have this squadron here, which is entirely on rest. So I think we'll do it like that. Basically, go through squadron by squadron, have them just completely rest. Just gather that fatigue back. Yeah. Planes have run pretty long for a long time now. Okay. And I'd love to have this bad boy base down here. I mean, it's an airfield, which is great, but I think having an aircraft over here in Vice is rough. Let's see. Your Tarawa, Wake, and Savai. Well, 2 of them are ready over here, potentially at Savai. Right, well, we'll have you move to Tarawa. Have you rejoin your squadron there. I want to hold on to them, I don't want to lose any more. Okay, 2 of them in maintenance over here. 1 might be ready next turn. You're under repair. Yeah, quite a lot of damage there, so it's going to take some time. But we'll be able to repair it. I mean, this is actually quite a good class of destroyer. Okay. Right, I've got a surface. Are you winning, son? Yeah, we're doing alright here, actually, for Christmas Eve. Okay, put the AMC in over here. And we do have the endurance there to share, which is good news. Okay. Adjust troop load, yep, okay. Obviously we could do with additional troop capacity, but there's not much we can do about that. And we'll have to share the fuel out here. So you actually could be converted to a troop transport. How many men do we have aboard here so far? Over 1,000 men. I mean, I'm kind of like... The idea always kind of tempts me just like for a moment. The idea of like hitting Johnson Island due to the range there. But at the end of the day, he can make that. He has range on that. And unless I was there to actually like, reinforce it in a big way, it wouldn't be worthwhile. I mean, it might be worthwhile to, like, raid and just basically capture the island and just eject the Americans there. But, yeah. It'd be very, very risky because he could actually potentially use his air support against us. Obviously, that wouldn't be a very nice thing. Indeed. It might be something to consider. I think it would be nice, obviously, to deprive them of the base there. It does have a level 2 airfield, so it is actually fairly nice. I mean, the thing is, it's like, obviously, if we were able to use it, or even just deny it to him, that'd be good. I mean, we'd deny him midway. We already deny him midway. If we denied him Johnston and Palmyra, that'd be great. Have you any ideas where his carriers might be at this point? Right, okay, so I have zero concrete evidence of where his carriers might be. Now, I suspect that in this general area, so I don't know, it's not a very easy thing to really pin down, but I'm going to say they're probably in this area. And I'd say they're probably either over here by Australia or down here in New Zealand. I really don't know much else besides that. We did have a report about something over here by Pearl Harbor, that was quite a long time ago. But I'm going to say probably in this area, like something like that. As you can see, the area has grown because of the fact I really don't know. I'm going to say they're probably in this area, because I've had no indication of anything else over here. No further indication over here. But we'll see. You know what I love about this? It's like, okay. So, friendly units. Just take a look at, these are all our task forces. Just look at how many task forces we actually have here. Isn't that crazy? Our LCUs, so these are our land combat units. You can see, obviously, we are starting to spread out, actually. But, I mean, this always gets me. Just the amount of, like, actual task forces out there. So that represents each and every naval unit out there. Really awesome. I mean, I love the scale of this. So I'd like you guys to actually give me some ideas. What do you think about... Well, where do you think we should actually move our base forces to? And how do we actually try to counter the idea of the American carriers? Okay. Yeah, behind you, boo. Yep, as Blinton says there hasn't been any sign for several turns now. I think they're probably around here somewhere, because the fact is, like, he's not going to leave this area easily. Well, he's not going to leave it undefended, is he, really? Okay, so I do have a submarine over here by Rabaul. We do have a submarine over here by Noumea. Importantly, it's not being detected. No detection. No detection. No detection. No detection. Well, this is it. I mean, I kind of lean towards Auckland because it's so very close to the area, but it's actually a built-up base for him. So I very much lean towards it due to the fact that Auckland is a size 6 port there and it has a repair shipyard. I mean, obviously he has like a nice airfield there. He has a lot there. Obviously he can produce supplies there, which is awesome for him. Sydney is another potential candidate, size 8 port, obviously the same again. Melbourne could obviously support the carriers. Brisbane could probably support the carriers. Yeah. Wait, how defensible is Noumea? That's uncomfortably close to Australia. Well, I mean, if we take a look at it. So, okay. So from Brisbane, we're 19 hexes out from Maryborough. What about 20 hexes. 21 hexes over here. We are 28 hexes from Sydney, so obviously the main aerial attack, if he was to come, would be coming from Brisbane. Now, he has a size 4 airfield out here, but we're 19 hexes away. So let's take a look at what he potentially reaches with at Noumea. So if we take a look at allied aircraft, let's see. So the B-17Ds, they have a range of 17 to 22 hexes. So yeah, they'd be able to reach us from Australia, of course. Obviously, they'd have to look at probably using extended range. So yeah, potentially B-17s could reach us, but the beauty is, it's like, it is pretty difficult for him. The good news is, however, well, we can fortify the island. We'll eventually bring AA here and really try to make it difficult for him. But what I might be considering doing is actually leaving a squadron or two of A5 M4s over here. They might not be able to do too terribly much, but the thing is, the B-17s would hurt. But if we can repair the damage in the meantime, then we'll be alright. I mean, it's one of these. It is a difficult one. But just as it is uncomfortably close for us to be so close to Australia, you can imagine how uncomfortable it is for him to have us close to Australia. He's not going to like that, is he? Really not going to like that. Okay. Bum bum bum. But we have to be bold here. What terrain is Noumea and Fiji? So, Noumea is jungle. Jungle, jungle. Jungle, jungle, jungle. So we're like in the bloody jungle book, which is also not going to help us out. So as you can see here, jungle defense's value is ×2. Which is not great, really not great. The thing is though, we're going to have to commit a sizable amount of assets to actually take Noumea and Fiji, which is why we're concentrating on Noumea first. We do have a lot of air assets to actually throw against them to actually make it potentially possible. You may also want a naval attack squadron or two in case THG comes looking to take it back. Yeah, I mean, the idea here, the entire idea of taking Noumea and having an air headquarters moved out down here, having a base force moved down here to New Caledonia, actually securing the islands in its totality, is, well, I mean, the beautiful thing here is the fact that it has resources and it has light industry. It has a size 2 port, it has a size 2 airfield. Yeah, rough jungle, so super rough. But yeah. The beautiful thing here is it could be to some degree self-sufficient, as we'd be able to produce supply, not a huge amount of supply, but still enough supply just to trickle in, just to build up our numbers. Yeah, times 3, bloody hell. Which is why we're sending a lot of troops, and which is why we're going to be sending the aircraft. And I'm not going to look to bombard, but the option is there. Yeah, it's not going to be an easy, one to take. I mean, we are going to have to probably starve out Fiji to an extent, but I mean, if we can continuously run bombing operations out here, then that'll definitely help us. So as you can see here, he does have naval assets over here at Pagopago and Suva, so he definitely has naval assets there. I don't want to run reconnaissance over Noumea yet, until I'm in a position to strike at it within, like, the next day or two, because obviously I don't want to really give away the game so much. He probably knows I'm moving in. He probably knows. I don't think he knows exactly where the main thrust is going to come. I think he probably will suspect it is still coming towards Fiji. Hard to say, really. Aye. I think it's one of these. He'll suspect something. He won't know exactly where we're going to be landing until we actually are like a couple days off. I think hitting the Shortlands and obviously like the Solomon. Yeah, I mean we'll be hitting the Shortland Islands over here. So obviously hitting Buen. We'll also be hitting Tulagi and Guadalcanal, and then obviously we'll be hitting well, Luganville from over this way. Well, from over this way. So, what I'm hoping we can do here then is have a rolling wave over the islands over here. I think if we can get a rolling wave of obviously conquering these bases, it'll ideally put him in the dark to a degree. He'll obviously know that we're making a play in this area, but if we can actually restrict the amount of bases he has in the area for him to actually gather information from, for him to actually base aircraft from, then it definitely helps us. It's going to be an interesting one. I think at the end of the day we can secure the area, but I do not want to keep Kiributai here longer than a week. You know, the area between Fiji and Noumea, New Zealand is mighty empty. Yeah, I know, right? Well, this is it. It really is empty. I think they're probably here, but I want to make sure that we can get a base force and an air headquarters set up here before Kiributai leaves, because if we have naval bombers, then it means we have a means to strike at its actual carriers, which is what we obviously need. I don't think it'd be too terribly tempted to risk it. We do have a lot of our actual H6K4s over here at Tarawa. So the good news is, once we have those repaired, we'll have a pretty hefty amount of naval search in the area, which is obviously been quite nice. Probably swarming the transport ship traffic, however, yeah. Well, this is it. Once we can actually get a airfield set up down here at Noumea or elsewhere, and I could have Survivor, obviously I don't have any engineers there. But yeah, we do have plenty of flying boats over here. Yeah, you look at that, 4 to 1, that's a lot of planes. I mean, obviously what we can do is spread them out, try and catch a glimpse of anything. We'll see what information is brought up from Auckland. I mean, if we can spot anything, that'd be freaking fantastic, because having prior information is extraordinarily useful. Might be a good spot for enemy CV to hide. Yeah, I mean, they might be out here. I really do think that Auckland's probably the best bet, because it's so very close to this area, but it's just out of the way enough so that we actually do not know what is there. Okay. Right. We haven't been detected here, which is good news. Okay, thank God these troops are in combat mode. That's what I need. There's a lot of disruption there, which isn't great. What's the range of the Bettys and the Nels? The Bettys have, well, the G3M2s have 18 hexes of range. The G4M1s have 21. Obviously, the H6K4s have 25. So that's some pretty good range. I mean, from Noumea, I can reach Auckland with a H6K4. But, yeah, we're not really going to have much range. We're just out of range with the actual bombers. So I think if we take Norfolk Island and have like an in-between point, that'd be really quite good, actually. We'll really have to see. It's going to be very, very interesting series of operations, really. But yeah, it's like if you take a look. So we have 2 squadrons out here to KYJ, so we have a little bit of a burden here, so probably shift some of them around. 35,000 units of supply here. If Noumea can be built up and protected enough, you can effectively end naval traffic to Australia. Yeah, that is the entire aim of this operation. That's the entire aim. And it really is why I kind of look towards New Zealand, because the thing is, we could end it in here, but I mean, it would be a solid wall if I could establish something at New Zealand. But the thing is, it's like the only way we'll ever look at New Zealand at looking at anything other than aircraft over here or submarines in this area, and I'm being serious about this one, is we need a huge amount of success in this area. We need to have this run, like, almost perfectly to even consider doing anything down here in New Zealand. I mean, Auckland is actually further away from KYJ than KYJ is away from Tokyo. That's a huge difference. But you'd have to build it up? Yeah, definitely. If a land battalion brigade or air unit gets destroyed, will it get reformed and come back partial after some bumps, or is it lost forever? It'll eventually come back, eventually. They get rebuilt eventually. To a degree, anyway. And we'll have to consider actually building up our armament points again. We are obviously going through those. Yeah. Okay. While we're here in industry, let's take a look at the R&D. God, they take a long time to build supply up. I might turn the amount of supply down at Osaka, Kyoto. Yeah, definitely turn it down at Osaka. Obviously going to take a while for these to come into effect. But it's looking alright, yeah. I mean, like, you take a look over here at the Tojos. We should be seeing these arrive in sometime next year, actually. Within the first few months, anyhow. we'll have a fairly effective land-based interceptor to use against bombers, really. Okay. Zero production, well, zero research is going ahead quite nicely. I mean, this one over here at Okayama is going very nice. Obviously, the more facilities you have here, the higher the chances for other ones to be repaired, well, quote-unquote repaired, basically come online. Okay. 67 a month. 43 a month, yeah. Trying to build that up. And we do need G4, more G4 in 1 Bettys. And the other aircraft, there's not too much expansion. And we are looking at a fair amount of H6K4s as well. That's very nice. Ah, right, okay, let's sort by model. Yeah, okay. So, some pretty damn decent production there. It is just shy of beaten that with 0. Salary production's increasing as well, which is a good thing. Quite quickly at that. Obviously not quickly enough to keep up the losses that we've had, but hey, it'll keep up. Right, more supply here. Let's turn down the amount of supply, not in Nagasaki, at Kyoto. Doesn't need to be that high. We'll just say just that for the time being, let the supply go elsewhere. Okay. Let's take a look at China then. Ah, good. All of our forces have now caught up. Yep, awesome. Awesome. Have any recent acquired bases added to the industry pool? I'd say Hong Kong obviously has really heavy industry. I have not checked if one is actually Manila yet. Okay, so we can see here they're following the 17th Division. Okay, yeah, just follow the 17th Division. Very nice. Okay, so in this hex over here we have 20,000 infantry. 432 guns and 141 AFVs. Yeah, definitely some oil things. Right, we've kicked this unit out over here, which is great news. So, the 34th is now clear to carry on marching. We can obviously put them onto movement mode now. Though, you still have 132 assault value. I'm kind of tempted to march north here with the 16th Division. Oh, sorry, the 6th Division of the 20th Independent. Because we could have the 34th Division actually meet us over here. And it would be a lot better to march down the road, which would be done significantly quicker than having to march across the river and all that sort of jazz. So I think it might be best to actually expand north, well, head north. And, yeah. I mean, we could expand it. I'm not, I don't know. I think when it comes to expansion, it's one of those where we'd have to really, like, kind of think about that one. I'm not entirely sure about that. Not that I'm saying that we won't. It's just... Yeah, it's just like it's going to cost us a lot, so we'll figure that out. Now, I did have some troops actually dispatched from Shanghai in the last episode. Yeah, these guys over here, these 3,000 odd dudes. Now, currently they're heading towards the South Pacific. What I'm instead going to have them do, I'm going to have them begin to plan for operations down here at Balikpapan. And obviously over here at Samarinda as well, because obviously we have 101 units of oil there, and 301 units of oil there, but importantly 301 units of refinery. We also do have a size 4 port and a size 4 airfield. The terrain isn't great, so I think we obviously need to... Well, actually, no, that's technically clear, which is super freaking fantastic. And that's clear as well. Okay, it looks a lot worse than it is, but actually that's freaking fantastic. Nice little road there. But yeah, what we're going to do is actually take control of this area here with those troops from Shanghai. That's a bit of a windfall. I completely forgot about them for the most part. I don't often forget about units, but when I do, I use them to take over the Dutch East Indies. So yeah, we'll take over Balikpapan. And that'll be a really good springboard for us, actually, in the area here, in the Makassar Strait, and as well as the Java Sea, Celebes Sea, and the Banda Sea, and Saram Sea as well. It'll be really handy for us. Okay, so we can see the submarines out here at work, which is really nice. Now, these ships over here have unloaded, which is great. They'll be returning back home this turn, which is great. Okay. Right, so we have increased our assault value over here, which is really sweet. I actually can't remember what we carried in here. I think I carried in the elements of the 15th Naval Guard. So that's an additional 745 troops, 12 guns, that's a really important part. 186 other troops, so second line troops. But yeah, that is the most important part. So we can see here 3 81mm mortars, 4 13.2mm Type 93 AA machine guns, and supposedly some AT guns? Maybe? 4? No, I don't know. Don't know on that one. Don't know on that one. Okay. These troops obviously need to rest. I mean, this is good because obviously they have some time to rest now. And look at these guys over here. 62 planning for Mersing, 42 planning for Mersing. Wow, your commander's really, really bad. Okay, let's give you an actual good commander. Right. 0 in air. Wow, he has no fucking clue. Assault. I'll go for... yeah, I think that's fairly balanced. We'll go for Noumea. Well, Noumea. There we go. Yeah, thank God for that, because you had a really awful, awful commander. So we're looking at 97 assault value over here then. We do actually still have supplies in Hex, which is fantastic. So you can see that is jungle. So that 97 is actually ×2, which is really nice. I mean, obviously we don't have that full value, because obviously there is other modifications to that value from, well, let's say, for example, disruption and fatigue. But still, it's nice we have some actual guns there now. So I think it's a really bad situation for him over here. And he's actually reinforced again. He's now at 25,000 troops. And I honestly cannot believe how the Mersing situation has been going on, really. It's been one of those where it's gone on much longer than I ever expected or THG has ever expected, which is very nice. Because each and every day here that we buy does give us additional time here in the north to actually catch him out of position, which is growing more and more likely by the day. Okay. 9. We are moving. Right, set them all to, obviously, movement. So it'll take us a couple of days to arrive here at Taiping, but obviously once we do, we'll be good to go. 18th Division over here, obviously reformed, all planning for Singapore. I mean, this is a good thing. We'll be able to actually gather the amount of planning over here. Yeah, so as you can see, there's 50,000 troops here. 2 submarines and apparently 2 destroyers there. Apparently heavy cruiser there, I don't know about that. But, I mean, the fact there's only 6,000 troops here at Johor Bahru, that's awesome. Now, we do have some detection over these bases. And the numbers seem very light. Very light. As far as we can tell, anyhow. Okay, let's see. So Nadakazi has arrived. That's very good. Very, very good. Okay. Right, so we have Hakazi and Takikazi. Nice. Right, I'm going to grab Hakazi and Takikazi. There we go. So what do we have here then in terms of troop load? So I have in... yeah, combination. So we now have 400 there. Which is very nice, very nice. Okay. Can use that quite effectively. Difficulties these units over here. I don't imagine they're any much good. Alright, let's take a look at the oil. Right, repair is definitely on. Though I'm going to tell them to stop repairing for the time being. The reason for that is it is a monstrous drain on supply. Absolutely monstrous. Right, do not expand, do not repair. Do not repair. I need to preserve the actual supply here. It's good to see that we have that capacity there. It's very nice, in fact. A lot of oil there. Very good. Very, very good. But I can't afford to repair it right now. In the future, we will do. Well, the units in Sumatra are Dutch for the most part, according to the orange colour of the square. Yeah, these are Dutch units over here in Sumatra. So we don't know what their quality is going to be like. I mean, they'll be okay. I don't imagine they'll be very, very good, though. Yes. Okay, I could move out the squadron of G3M2s here. The Genzan squadron. Right. Obviously took some losses here. It's going to take some time for their actual replacements to arrive, but at least this is giving time for our bombers to actually recover. Yeah, okay. So, I think what we'll do here then. The KF-41Bs took a hit. And the issue is I don't have a lot of the other Oscar variants left. So I am a little bit worried about that. Obviously, I do want them to upgrade to the 1Cs. Okay. Right, it's going to take us obviously some time to catch up. So we can see there's a unit over here. Wow, the 22nd Division's made some really, really good progress. They'll be actually at Wenchao next, in the next 2 to 3 days, actually. That's fantastic. As the next 2 to 3 days, we'll actually have some additional troops over here, the 22nd, then obviously we'll have 2 divisions coming down here from the south. At least Singapore will never run out of fuel, while Miri and Brunei are yours. One Singapore is yours. Yeah, well that's it, isn't it? We still have a large amount of fuel over here at Hong Kong, thankfully. And that's a whole lot of fuel that we can actually really use. And if needed, I mean, what I probably should do is actually have a lot of that fuel transported to Japan, actually. And that's obviously where it's going to be most used. Okay, looks like the cargo has finally arrived. Dock and... has it arrived? No, that's actually separate. Oh, there, right, okay, there's a 15,000 tons of supply. That's good. Though whether it'll all go there is another question. Wait, sorry, what were we talking about? Oh, to Wenchao. Yes. Short answer, yes. There's a nice road. You can see it's actually a larger road than the one from Xishan. So that's good to see. Okay. Hello there, Keith Brown. How are you doing, my friend? Good to see you once more. Okay. Very, very interesting so far. I'm happy about this. It looks as though he's obviously moving back towards Xinjiang. Our troops are moving into Xinjiang as we speak. They might even be there next turn. So depending on his troop speed. Yeah. Is that a bloody war area? Well, war area headquarters. That's been a pain in my side for a while. Okay. We were moving a couple of detachments over here, so obviously they're moving out. Yep, they're moving out to take control of these bases. It feels like a very long time since your last turn. I don't know about you guys. It just feels like bloody ages, doesn't it? Oh dear. So then, Diligent, how are you doing, my friend? Yep, my day is awesome. I actually got some new glasses today, which is nice. I've always had like pairs of glasses, obviously, because I obviously need to wear them. But it's the first time I've actually bought a pair of glasses that are like nice, showy glasses. Like, aka glasses I'm not going to wear to work. So that's nice. Kind of look like The other thing is I kind of look like Trotsky, so... Whether that's a good or a bad thing, I don't know. To be honest, I've actually got a book by Trotsky. I need to read that. Big old book. Big old bloody book. I tell you anything when it comes to Russian literature or history is fucking massive. Right, okay, take a look at our progress over here. Oh, yes. So, tomorrow, we will be in position here to launch a full-blown attack over here. And then, once we destroy this unit here utterly, I mean, due to the fact that we are only, what, a day away, yep, we're in combat mode already. Awesome. Not everybody's marching there, of course. One of the best IGN and IGA fighters in this game. When will you replace your current CV dive and torpedo bombers? I mean, best fighters? I mean, we are ultimately going to be shifting from the... We'll be shifting from the A6M2 to the... I mean, yeah, bloody hell, I'll bring up the bloody database. Someone says if it was designed for that purpose. Okay, so, Japanese aircraft. Let's see. So we are currently at the A6M20. Now, ordinarily, we would be shifting up to the A6M30. But due to the R&D that we're doing here, we'll be able to actually, basically R&D skip. So we'll be able to go from A6M2, and then we'll unlock the A6M3, but then we'll be able to actually change over our R&D so that we can actually start on the A6M5, which is going to be great. And my glasses I bought because they're a flexible metal frame, also got the scratch-resistant coat on the lenses, came with a wraparound sunglasses thing. Yeah, it sounds really good. I mean, this is it. It's like I don't work in construction per se. It's like, I suppose it'd be very light if you could call it even construction. But yeah, dust is an awful bloody thing, and yeah, the amount of times I've been carrying glass and freaking, like, practically nutted myself, like, basically nutted my face with my own glasses too often. Too bloody often. But moving on. As we'll have the A650 here, obviously carry capable. As with two 7.7mm machine guns, the dual 20mm Type 992 cannon. It's a little bit less maneuverable than the A6M20, a little bit less range, but it is a more durable beast. And though the gun value says differently, this is obviously better armed due to the fact these are superior cannon. I mean, look at that, 500 range, 23 accuracy, compare that to the A6M20. 500 range, 22 accuracy. Effect is 4. The better, just take that. Yeah, just take that into consideration. Me too, I run data cabling, yeah. It's freaking annoying, isn't it? You like bloody nut yourself in the face, and it's like, ow. Okay. I mean, eventually we'll be moving on to like the A6M8. Probably. Though, we are ultimately aiming for the KI-84A. Yeah, so this is what we're ultimately aiming for, the KI-84A. Now, the Frank is obviously not a carrier-capable aircraft. Service rating is quite up there as well. But, I mean, gun value. Gun value is definitely not something the Japanese have, really. The Americans always do tend to have much high gun value. But, yeah. I mean, that is a nice aircraft. Two 12.7mm Ho-103s and the dual 20mm Ho-5 cannons. Type 992 carries more ammunition. Ah, right, okay, more ammunition, okay. I was looking for something better. But yeah, God, you're really good at spotting those things, aren't you? I know. But yeah, this is going to be ultimately where we look to end up. Altitude's pretty good, maximum is 34,000 feet, climb rate's pretty good, durability, and she's armoured. She's going to be the beast that carries through the war. Indeed. Okay. Are we looking towards the N1K1, George? I think we are. I can't remember if we are. Yeah. I think when it comes to carrier fighters, We're not going to see any, like, one-hit wonders, but it's going to be more so up to our pilots to really make up for the technological difference. As far as, like, bombers, we are eventually going to be ending up towards... Let's see... And this is where we're going to end up eventually for our medium bombers. Now that is obviously going to be in the Kite 67-1A T-Peggy, obviously the torpedo variant, which is obviously either equipped with a torpedo or 500 kilograms of bombs, which is not a huge amount of bomb capacity, but the thing is, it's another bomber carrying torpedoes, which is really super nice. Okay. Yeah, I'm researching for Georges. K-45s. Yeah, our night fighters there. Yeah, the O-Car is actually in the game. We are researching it as well. It's going to take obviously a long time, but we'll eventually have it. Well, we have the Toka. I think you have the Oka. Well, we have the Toka. Are you a millennial? I was born in 1995, so... Is that a yes? I forget what's classed as a millennial, but probably yes. Something like that anyhow. Okay, so he's pulling out to Wenzhou. Now, I mean, I could go for, obviously, a attack there, but I'm going to allow him to pull back for the time being until my forces arrive. I mean, I could go for a little bit of attack and probably win. It's just my actual reinforcements are too far away, and I don't want to throw away too much in the way of force. Oh, there we go. Fantastic. So our guns have arrived as well as the additional infantry. Very nice. Hong Kong Defense Force. Okay. So obviously Canton's below her garrison requirements, but hey-ho. Okay. So Diligent says, I feel old as fuck compared to that. It's not about that. YouTube picks up some random things. Right, okay. So we're going to march upon Kukong. Set all to follow. Set all to the same operations. There we go. Set all to plan for Kukong. Yeah, we are bringing a good amount of artillery here. That is 541 guns, 169 pieces of armor, and we only have 255 guns over here. It'd be very nice. 85 guns here, so we'll have vastly more artillery, which is very good. Yeah, these guys are really good to go. I do have a unit on its way. Hello there, Christoph. How you doing, my friend? Yep, I reckon the 22nd will arrive. Now, the 22nd is actually a very strong division, which is going to be good. And the beauty is we don't have to immediately attack, but we'll see what the actual situation's like. And consider it then. We haven't seen any more submarines here, but we know they're definitely here. Okay. So, next turn then obviously will arrive here, which is going to be great. And then obviously a couple days later, yeah, within the next week we'll be in a position to attack Chengchao. And it's going to be a bloody fight. I mean, we'll be seeing 150,000 Chinese troops, but I mean, we do have a formidable amount of troops down here. Pretty formidable. And like in this entire location, well, obviously there's one Hexakai thing, we do have over 100,000 troops ourselves, and we have over 1,000 vehicles, and yeah, over 1,000 guns. That's a good thing. I do have reinforcements on their way down here too, which is very nice. So I still have 20-odd thousand troops here, obviously another 20,000 supporting troops, 311 vehicles, 503 guns. And the thing is, we're here because, well, yeah, we bloody well have to defend this location too. I'm not going to allow him to actually sever the rail connection, nor escape. But once we take the location here, then I'll be able to move across the river and we'll be able to link up once again. And we'll have kicked him really out from his positions here, and from there we are going to be pushing hard. I think we will have to try and secure this area, but I mean, obviously this is where the actual economic interests are. Can you see when disabled squads will be ready to join again? Ooh, let's go ahead and take a look over here then. So these would be the disabled ones. As far as it goes for when they'll rejoin, I'm not entirely sure. I'll have to look that up, actually. Yeah, a little bit of homework there. Can I combine the division over here at Takao? Bah, not yet. Still a lot of points to change. As soon as I can change this to the actual correct headquarters, then we'll be able to rebuild the 56th Division. Honestly, that is what I'd like to do. But it doesn't seem like we have that luxury as of yet. Ah well. Ah well, he says. Interestingly enough, they're planning from Midway. I mean, nice. Is it? Where do we actually plan for? Okay. Yeah, all sorts of different planning. I don't know, is it wise to plan for Batavia? Or is it, I think we'll take it one step at a time. So I think Singapore, then into Sumatra, and then obviously into Java. So we'll plan for Palembang. There we go, have them all planned for Palembang. I still shouldn't have had it done to the headquarters, but oh well. There we go. I'm glad that Manila has finally fallen here. It means obviously we have access to all this. So what do we have here? A little bit of manpower, resources, light industry, and repair shipyard. Very nice to have this repair shipyard. Okay, 2 units of yeah, you can see here costs 1,000 supply per repair device. So no, we don't want to be doing that. We'll allow that actual supply to be paid for. So they can cry a river when their torpedo dots out. Sassy bitch. Okay. So, with the 16th in place, do we have a day here to rest? We could do. I think we'll have a day here to rest. Obviously take on, well, see how things play out. Pretty good. I mean, obviously we could march on Clark immediately, but I don't want to march on Clark immediately with just one division. I obviously want to march on it with all of them. Really maximize our force in the area, really. And that'd be the best way. So if he launches any counterattacks, we actually will still be able to hold on there. That's probably the wisest thing we can do. Okay. Naval Guard moving up. Okay, the good news is our actual convoys are out here. 21st over here. Yeah. Can't wait until you arrive at Bab al-Dawab, because I can actually have you shifted out into the Celebes and Makassar Strait then later. Right. Actually, I do have one in reserve here. I'm going to take that from the reserve, put it into the pool. Right, you still need to repair. So do you. Yeah, put that back in the pool then. At least I can actually have that make up some of the losses in some of the squadrons. Very lovely amount of G4s over here. Yep, Hong Kong has been cleared of mines completely. So Hong Kong now is actually hosting our own mines. So we have only 28 here at the moment. Obviously we'll be building that up as time goes on. We have all of our destroyed minesweepers over here. Wow, there's a lot of them in maintenance. When am I in Ki-43 season? Why did they not fly? Oh, you're still targeted over Changsha. Ooh, that's interesting one. Well, obviously not there now, but fly over here. So I have 18 of them in the pool. I lost so many here, which sucks. Okay, these troops are heading to truck. There'll be the Rebal invasion. Right, loading supply here. That's freaking why we're still having... Right, okay, stop. No, cancel. There we go. Okay, so you have the Chichijima base force. Awesome. The bombers in Hong Kong lack pilots. Okay, man. Right, have you head down here to KYJ for the time being. And get additional fuel and supply. Yep, so we have 8,000 units of fuel here. Build up our fuel over here too. 2,100 units of fuel here. Very nice. The reason I'm doing that is because I want that to be like a halfway point. So we'll actually have some fuel halfway between KYJ and truck. Also gives me the option to base some patrol boats there if I want to. But it is mainly there just so we actually have something to fall back on if we need additional fuel. Alright, will come in handy. Where are... Yeah, okay, so the two light cruisers over here, they're moving up. I'll have them probably escort the destroyer, minesweeper, well, obviously the oiler over there. They're currently loading fuel here. They have 20,000 units of fuel. So this is good. I mean, the next 2 weeks we'll have at least 70,000 units of fuel pushed back into the area. It did take a lot of fuel. We are going to be something of a vampire economy in this area, though. I mean, ideally, we do take these bases, and we actually do secure some fuel. That'd be beautiful. I mean, securing supplies would be nice, but fuel definitely allows us to really just keep the operational tempo up. Okay. Another oiler over here, that's good news. Yeah, so you'll arrive next turn. To take a little while for all the base force to arrive, but in the next week we'll have an actual base force over here at Wake. Okay. Laying a minefield here at KYJ. That's all we need to do. I might have the patrol boat sent out to actually try and hunt him down. Yeah, the G4M1s are running naval, well, ASW at the moment. 30% are assigned to rest. Very nice. I can put the altitude down much lower to just 100 feet then, I guess. Actually, I'll run them at 1,000 feet. No, but yeah. Hard to say. But we'll go at 100 feet. If we find it, at least then we can actually attack it. And ideally do the most damage. Good, we'll have a couple of submarines here. Go and rectify the situation with the bombers over here. Okay, so we have now a combined Singapore Express, as we have the 2 light carriers and the 2 escort carriers. So it brings up the total number of carrier-borne aircraft to 86 in total here, but obviously 79 ready. Skip bombing is the IGN. Yeah, pretty much. Okay, that's nice. 50 float planes in total. I mean, this is a really nice force. I mean, it's very well armed. I mean, we do have 3 battleships here, then obviously we do have another battleship and additional forces here. So a lot of force. We do have oilers ready to refuel. Yeah. I can pump in there 16,000 units of fuel. We're aware there's plenty of naval bombers here. It's nice to shoot a couple of them down. Let's see, what I have left here are the 15th. Not actually a huge amount, a lot of his support, but I'd like to actually have them picked up and made ready as well. So let's see. Can that tell them to pick up a unit? Or can I? Oh, fair enough. That told me, didn't it? Yep, our numbers have been growing here. We do have more guns than we have done previously, which is quite nice. I think what we might do then is actually have the carriers approach towards Mersing and then maybe run additional combat air patrol here. Overcast. Yeah, these thunderstorms aren't doing us a lot of good. I think what we might do here then is have the 15th base force actually wait, or have the Oilers actually catch up to the 15th base force. I'd have then obviously additional, well, I have 8,000 units of fuel there. I'd have a destroyer minesweeper. I could have the light cruisers and the destroyers actually head up to meet them as well. Which would actually give us a pretty solid force. I mean, that would mean that we'd have, let's see, what am I carrying? Him and I carry supply. New supply. Be able to make a supply somewhere. We'll have supply on the invasions. But yeah, I mean, we'd actually have 8,000 units of fuel. We'd have some actual engineers. Obviously get some supply to the situation where we have a good concoction. Chemical X, if you will. How much AV's left ready at Mersing? Well, it is Sever Tortuga, you shelly son of a bitch. Okay, so if we take a look over here then, well, I mean, we have quote-unquote 97 assault value. Obviously, that's not entirely true. Double agent status available for purchase. Don't you mean repurchase, you triple agent? Well, I've seen Triple X. Really awkward film title when you walk in and you see like big Paul, like pair of bollocks banging. Okay. Right, so it's not going to be long before we actually land here. But I'll obviously move into the situation. Just trying to think now how we want to do this. I think we are going to take the 6th Division as well as the 20th Independent Mixed Brigade. We'll have them continue to march northern to punish the Chinese forces that we did just defeat in battle. I think if we can actually push them out from the area back into Ichang itself, it will allow us to actually rescue the 34th Division. So I'm actually going to tell them to cancel their movement here. I'm going to tell them to just go into, like, rest and train. Well, they don't have too much up with them, and obviously not much in the way of fatigue or disruption. But we do want them to replenish the actual troop losses. Okay. Land mines here. I do wish I could rebuild the 18th Division over here at Takao, but it's going to take some time until we have the bloody political points to do so. I need to get these actual troop transports moving again. I'll have a Saigon Maru actually sent out into the South Pacific. No, they're freaking fantastic for that assault role. Right, Saigon Maru, yeah, we're going to have you head out. You do have a small amount of damage, supposedly a little bit of engine damage, but that's nothing bad. Right, I'm going to have you head into Babel Douab. The good news about the AMCs is the fact is obviously they can carry a decent capacity. So if I take a look, what is about 1,000, it's one of the smaller ones, so 880 troop capacity, 1,820 cargo, which is more than enough to actually transport most small engineering units. So obviously when we do make our play towards Balikpapan and Samarinda over here, just on the south coast of Borneo, it'll help us yeah, get that together. Keep the flow there. He seems to be doing well, XCRG. Hope no ships have been lost since I was last watching. We haven't lost any ships since the last time, which is quite nice. Obviously, we did suffer Haruna's loss, but that's not going to be too bad. And we are aware, obviously, these heavy cruisers over here. So, when we do obviously move into the area, if we can actually destroy those, it'd be nice. It's not essential. I'm not entirely... Well, I don't need to destroy his warships in the area. And in reality, all I need to do here is, once we do seize Noumea, we'll set Noumea up as our actual cardinal, well, our strong point in the area. So once we have the base force, the 21st Air Headquarters, the 24th Air Flotilla, which one actually arrives here first, we'll be able to run our G4M1s or G3M2s with torpedoes. And then I don't need Kitabutai in the area. I don't really need much in the way of warships, obviously just a couple to protect the area. It's going to be awesome. Yes. We do have Kitabutai over here. Obviously, they do need to catch up. So I think what we'll do here then is... Really not much in the way of supply. Okay. What I'll do then is... We'll have them... It's a shame because I'm going to be wasting a bit of fuel here. Okay, let's see. What's the most direct route towards Noumea? Okay. Head about there then. So what we'll do then is obviously allow Kitabutai to catch up. We do then of course have the Fiji cover forces in Nagato Matsu, Aoba, Kinigusa, Furutaka, Kakao. So that is going to be quite nice. Now, obviously, the New Caledonia Express and the Luganville Express do need to get their arses in gear. I do have additional forces over here. It's going to take us, I'd say, within the next week, obviously, we'll be hitting Guadalcanal, the Solomon Islands, Shortland Islands, the New Hebrides, Espiritu Santo. Indeed. Right, we'll combine the base force over here. So... I'm not going to... Ooh. He's detected the base force. Okay. Right. Head to Panapi. Well, Panapi. Meet. Merge. Okay. Now, I wasn't gonna have them stop, but considering the fact they're detected, we want to shake that detection. He's gonna see that, and it is gonna give something away. Especially having a troop transport there. So what we'll do then is, we'll have them shake off our detection. Yeah, we can't afford it. But it is good to see then that, so far in this area, we're currently running without notice. Indeed. Right, what's the situation over here? But now we've finished yet. Loading troops still. Okay. I'm still loading supplies here. What do we have aboard? 3,798. Right. Bugger it. Cast off. I need to get these engineers moving to Tarawa now. Right, are we going to be carrying any engineering vehicles. Well, at least there's an engineer squad there. No vehicles, though. No engineer squad. A couple engineer squads there. It's quite nice. So, no engineering vehicles. It's a shame because I really need the vehicles. The vehicles are the ones that do the vast majority of the work, actually. So, it would have been nice to have had them, but we can't have everything, can we, really? So, well. We'll be able to make up for it. Indeed. I mean, everything here in this area is really about setting us up so we do not need to have Kidbuta in the region. See, the best way he can hurt me here, he knows, he absolutely knows he can't stop me. He knows that. None of this time, he just doesn't have the forces in place to do so. He could try to hurt me. Oh yeah, he could definitely try to hurt me. But I don't think he'd be willing to risk a full-blown carrier-on-carrier confrontation. And the fundamental truth here is that we have 6 fleet carriers in the area. 6, so that's Kaga, Hiru, Soru, Shikaku, Zuikaku, Akagi. That's going to bloody well hurt. We do obviously have a greater concentration of surface warship assets. I mean, he has a couple heavy cruisers, but of course we do have a very similar amount of heavy cruisers, if not more. And then of course we do have 4 battleships in the area as well. Now, these are these are the fast battleships of the Congo. So here at Hiroshima, they're both Congo-class battleships. So very quick, very nice, speedy little buggers. Note the durability, so 128 durability, 200mm of belt armor, 130mm of deck, 250 tower armor. If we take into consideration then the Nagato and Mutsu, which are Nagato class, you can see here 156 durability, so 270mm of armor, 150mm of deck, 365 of tower. Mutsu. Yeah. So pretty damn good. We have 2 Nagato class and 2 Congo class, which is great. So 2 fast battleships and 2 actual battleships of the line, I suppose you could say. Well, sluggers. Not a massive difference in between them, but still quite nice. Okay. Which is nice, because I can actually make really grand use of those big guns. Now, what I do wonder is, because we can see, obviously, the fact is, he has his heavy cruiser force over here. There's additionally 2 other warships. Well, I don't know if they're warships. I'm going to assume maybe warships. Maybe light transports. Came in late. What are you planning right now? Light Ventortuga. So we're going to give you... we're going to go through Plan Crazy, I suppose. The entire point of our operations out here, because obviously we captured Wake, we've captured Midway. I mean, Midway is really worthwhile. I would have cancelled that operation had I not already been moving towards it. But we've got it, so... I mean, Midway means nothing. The entire point of our operation here in the South Pacific is what we are aiming towards doing is basically neutralizing the Allied positions here in Fiji and the South Pacific in general. So, it's a shame I'm not in windowed mode, otherwise I could draw here. But what you have to imagine here is that the Allied shipping lanes are something like this. So they flow from the US all the way down here to like Australia, etc. So what we're doing here is we are going to try and capture the area. We're going to take control of the area. We're going to establish naval bombers and obviously small garrisons in the area so that we can actually interdict his transports. Now, obviously I'd like to head down here to... New Zealand. We may have to settle for taking control of Norfolk Island, obviously being an in-between point there in airfield. But the entire point here is that we are trying to sever the supply line from the US to East Asia. If I can sever it here, then that is going to cause a lot of issues for him. As, I mean, our shipping lanes are quite easy to see, actually. The best way to show it is if we take a look at the friendly units. Right, so, task forces... Friendly units, yeah, there you go. So you can see our supply lanes are from Tokyo down to KYJ, so basically the Marsh Islands. So something like this. His flow like this. So, the thing is at the moment, we're trying to build up to actually protect our own shipping lanes, while at the same time building up to actually interdict his own shipping lanes. So the moment over here at KYJ, so Kawaljin Island, however the hell you pronounce it, I have currently the Cheeto Squadron, so Cheeto's KUK-1 Squadron, which is a Squadron G3M2 Nails, 27 of the bastards. They're sporting their 18-inch Type 91 torpedoes, and the fact is they have 18 hexes of range, so that's 18 times 40 nautical miles, so it's almost like 400 nautical miles. Actually, no, it's almost like 800 nautical miles. of range. Now, I do have the G4M1s, which are a superior naval bomber. They have superior range, I mean, that's 840 mile range. They also carry the Type 91 torpedo. So what I want to do here is establish naval bomber squadrons at Babal Dwab track. So we already have ones. So I have currently 2 squadrons here of G4M1 Bettys over here at Babal Dwab. So I have the Kanoya KUK, the Takao KUK. So that's, what, like 50, almost, yeah, just under 50 naval bombers there. We also have a squadron of G3M2s over here, so 35 G3M2s there, obviously one in reserve or maintenance. So about 36 over here. And then at K1J, we have 62. What I want to do then is actually base these naval bombers down here at Noumea. Noumea, due to the fact that it has a size 2 airfield, a size 2 port, and resources, it also has light industry. Now, the thing that we have to bear in mind here is when it comes to why Noumea in New Caledonia is the, well, critical point here to this campaign. Fiji's all well and good. Fiji has a nice base, it has a large airfield. It has 2 bases, of course. It's worth a lot to us in terms of victory points. But it has no light industry. It can produce resources, but it has no light industry, which means it cannot produce supply in the local area. Now, Noumea is closer, well, Noumea is further away from Kawalijian Island than Tokyo is. So we are quite far out here. We'd very much have to bear in mind. Actually, no, is Noumea closer to KYJ than Tokyo? Maybe. I don't know, I was checking at the moment. So yeah, that's something we really have to take into consideration. So having the means to actually produce supply here down locally would be superb. It would be very, very nice. It'd mean that we could actually establish a position here that would be pretty long lasting. The terrain type here is jungle rough. So as we go over here, we can see that we have clear terrain, desert rough. So rough is times 2 defensive value. Jungle, what we have in Mersing is times 2 defensive value, but jungle rough is times 3 defensive value. You can see obviously it costs more to move supply through. But the thing is, once we do secure New Caledonia with sufficient numbers of troops, like a regiment perhaps, it will be far, far more difficult for him to take it back from us. But taking control of New Caledonia, so let's say, so Noumea over here, now we'd have, with the G3M2s we'd have 18 hexes of range, so we'd have range over Suva. We'd have a range over Fiji, so we'd have range to about here then at Kadovu Island. So round about this area we'd have range to. We'd have range to Norfolk Island. I'd be just shy of range out to New Zealand. I would have range with the... not far. Yeah, the G4M1s would have range over parts of Australia. Like, for example, if I so wished to, and if I was so bloody suicidal, I could actually decide to, well, bomb Brisbane. Or I could actually strike his, his actual port using the G4M1. So obviously that's crazy audacious, but it could be done. But yeah, we'd have range. It's hard to say because I wish I could draw it out, but we'd have range in this area here. So this area all here would be covered by the naval bombers. So we might not find them every single day, but the thing is, if we do find them, well, what are they going to do? It's like they can shoot down our planes, but all we need is a single torpedo into a carrier, and that carrier is possibly out of the war for a couple weeks. And best case scenario is we destroy it. If we destroy a flat top, that is a significant shift in the dynamics of the South Pacific. Absolutely massive shift. The good news is, he's definitely sending a lot of resources here. I mean, there's no reason he would normally have this much force over this way. So for us to actually take this would be great. Make a statement. Bombs over Australia just start unless you surrender. Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, if we can actually hit his ports, that'd be great. But the good news is we'd be able to interdict his actual shipping up and down the coast of Australia as well, which is really quite good. It's like at the moment we do have some submarines over here at Torres Strait. I just have currently one submarine here at Torres Strait. But the thing is, you have to bear in mind that obviously he's been moving ships up from Sydney towards Brisbane. If I can actually lock down this area here, that is really dangerous for him, because then he's going to find it significantly harder to actually transfer cargo ships up here. It's one of those, it's beautiful, because at the end of the day, it severs the connection between the US, for the most part, and Australia. Obviously, you could still head down to New Zealand, but that's a big commitment to fuel. It's going to mean he's having to use significantly more fuel. He's going to have to obviously have significantly more escorts, obviously make sure these convoys do make it through. He's going to have to increase his amount of investment in this area. And we have a relatively heavy investment in the, days right now. But if we can get our naval bombers set up and really lock down into a secured position where he has to come to us, it's going to cost him far more in terms of resources. So the entire plan here is we try and bisect the map. And really... I mean, let's take a look. So currently our defensive sphere, so basically our sphere of influence, like, basically extends from obviously over here to the home islands. We obviously have, like, Wake, I mean, we have Midway at the moment, so it's kind of like something like that. I didn't realise the US-Australia pipeline was so important. It's not the be-all, end-all, but it's like... You can imagine here, like, for example, so let's say Japan to the Marshall Islands. Now, I can move there directly. If I wasn't able to move there directly due to that let's say, that THG took control of Marcus Island, you can imagine how much of a headache that'd create for me. So that's what we're trying to do here to him in this area. And we know he doesn't want to admit it. He doesn't want to admit that it's, like, dangerous. He's playing it off, he's playing it cool, it's like water off a duck's back. And like at the end of the day, the Allies have infinite resources. They never need to worry about running out of resources, except on a local level. He'll have carriers out the fucking arse. I mean, he gains something like 90-odd escort carriers and like bunches of like plenty of ridiculously awesome like fleet carriers. And we don't really gain many. We will never have enough carriers to match him. But that's not how we're going to play. The entire idea between, of late 1941 and 1942 is we established what's going to be known as the J42 line. So the J42 line is going to be basically a Japanese sphere of influence that's going to extend through the Dutch East Indies to this area out here. So something like this. We'll have a line like that, so that would be the J42 line. Then what we'll have here is we're going to really operate a bit like the late Roman Empire in terms of defences. We'll have a J43 line, which is going to be the interior islands and obviously the interior built-up bases where the actual navy will operate from. So what we'll have basically is we'll have these bases on the J42 line, which are going to be manned, obviously, and protected by naval aircraft, obviously army troops, that sort of thing, naval troops. And then what we'll do is we'll allow the Americans to actually make headway, obviously try and gather information about them, and then have our fleet really assembled and made ready to attack the enemy. But from an interior position, I don't want to fight him on the front lines, I want to fight to defense and depth. Hypothetically, let's say you isolate blockade Australia, does that put you in a commanded position? It puts us in a very interesting position because then obviously we do have command of the Coral Sea, we have command of this area here. It means that we can move in areas that, well, historically we wouldn't have been able to do so as easily. We do have just over 5,000 troops that will be in the next coming weeks here to secure Rabaul. Once we secure Rabaul, because I mean, the islands here are, these bases, so we went Tulagi, Luganville, and then obviously these bases, they're all going to fall in the next couple of weeks. New Caledonia is going to fall, obviously then ideally Fiji falls in the future. So we'll have control of all these islands here. We'll have control then obviously of Rabaul. We'll take control of like New Guinea. And then obviously once we have control of the new Dutch East Indies, it's going to isolate Australia to a degree from the Commonwealth and obviously the rest of India. But yeah. Well, that's it. I think we can't afford to fight the Allied navies in a fist fight. We can't get drunk punch. We can't. We just can't do it. It's never going to happen, and it's, honest to God, not going to do us any good to do so. So what we need to do here, then, is really have the Air Force and the Army carry the day for us. So what we're trying to do now is we are being fairly bold, we are taking risks, and we are taking punishment for said risks. But we are learning each and every time, and we're hoping that we can actually make the best of that. But, yeah, I mean, he has a couple warships over here. These heavy these heavy cruisers are going to be in fuck all once Kitabutai moves into range. Kitabutai is only a couple days out now. I mean, if we take a look, we're moving at 4 hexes per day. If I take a look at the distance here, actually I don't even need to have them moved, but let's take a look. So, Kidabutai is going to be moving into this area, actually. Do you have an ace? I don't think we have an ace as of yet. So let's take a look. What we're going to do here as well is deploy Kidabutai in this sort of position here. About halfway between Noumea and halfway between Fiji. The reason being is we'll be within range of Noumea to lend our D3A1 Vals. And our B5 and 2 Kates. We'll also be within range. I mean, obviously I'd have to move a little bit further over here to hit Suva and Nadi. But we are going to be in a position here where he's not going to be able to strike at me with most of his aircraft. But we'd be able to strike at him. His ships are going to be obviously out of range. They'll obviously be able to reach. They'll have to head towards us and obviously into the embrace of our B5 and 2 Kates and D3A1 Vals. And obviously the firepower of the Congo class and the, well, Nagato class. The beauty is, once we do move into this position over here with Kidabutai, we are going to absolutely annihilate his airfields. We'll start obviously with annihilating his warships in the area. But the beautiful thing is, and it's really kind of cruel, the only place he'll be able to escape to then is either he could try to make a run to New Zealand, but yeah, good luck with that, because Kidabutai will be in this area. Effectively, it's a, is it a coup de grace? I suppose it could be a coup de grace. And we're basically going to have a coup de grace where we'll attack here and cut his line of retreat. If we cut his line of retreat to Australia, New Zealand, he's not going to be really in a good position because he's then going to have to then head north to his other point of repair, obviously where he has repair shipyards, which is going to be over here at Pearl Harbor if he wants to save them. While he heads up there, we'll have, I mean, we're going to be in the next 2 to 3 days controlling Baker Island and Canton Island once again. We do have, obviously, Tarawa up here. So we do have a long stretch of space. I mean, if we take a look, so from Suva to Pearl Harbor is 75 hexes. That is a long-ass way to go if your ship is damaged. From Suva to Brisbane is 36, to Sydney is 45, to Melbourne is 55. So they're much, much closer to Australia than they are to Pearl Harbor. To Auckland is 29 hexes. So if I can actually cut off his line of retreat here, and if he obviously does choose to move towards these repair centres in Australia and New Zealand, he's going to be basically offering up his arse to the torpedoes of Kidabutai, which is going to be great. So yeah, what we want to do here, and our position is going to be very important, we're going to attack him without being in his reach. We already have control of the airfield at Savai, so what we need to do then is take control of Pago, or at least render the airfield ineffective. And then the only 2 airfields remaining here in the area will be Nadi and Suva, which will annihilate from the air. And then Norfolk Island, which I'd like to take control of. And then obviously once we have Noumea, so we'll have control of every airfield, obviously Baranvos in New Zealand, in this local area. So we'll neutralize his air assets, we'll neutralize his naval assets, his land assets will be left to starve, and then we'll attack at a point of, well, a time of our choosing, and a point of our choosing. He's going to expect me to be rather aggressive, which we have been aggressive, but he's going to expect me to be very, I don't know, I think he's going to expect me to be too over-ambitious. I'm also going to be landed in New Caledonia because I have no choice but to take that in the area to secure this plan, but I'm not going to be immediately landed at Fiji. I'm going to subject it to a series of bombing bombing missions. Really damage his units, damage his men. And we'll do that from afar, and the worst case scenario is we lose a couple bombers, while his troops are going to be gaining, disruption, fatigue. It will be lessening their numbers, they're going to be eating their supply, there's not going to be any supply to resupply them. Obviously then they'll not be able to replace the losses, they're not going to be reinforced, they'll have no air cover, and yeah, we can have all the time in the world to then land our troops that are going to be prepared to take Suva and Nadi, which is going to be great. Now, I spent a long time talking there, and I know I always do that, but it has been awesome. But unfortunately, we will be carrying on this stream tomorrow, as I'm going to go and have a glass of port now, because I freaking love red wine and port in general, really freaking love that, and I've just got told on the message that we have another bottle of wine. So I'm going to go and grab that bottle of wine, and I'm going to drink it for Japan. Not the entire bottle, but the thing is with red wine, it's either a glass or a full-ass bottle. There's no in between. So it's been fantastic, ladies and gentlemen. We'll have a turn finished off more than likely tomorrow, but at least this gives you guys some time to go over it and give me your suggestions. So until next time, thank you so very much for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Thank you all to those of you who joined here. Now I'd like you to go ahead and actually check out the channels there of Tortuga Power, the Battle Group Gamer. If I miss anybody else's channels, it's probably because I forgot the actual names of them. Don't take offense, I'm just really bad at remembering things. Weird things I can remember. Other things, not so much. Will you bomb Fiji with Kitabutai, or will you focus Kitabutai Noumea? Initially, Kitabutai will be focused on Noumea to ensure the security, well, to ensure the success of our landings. But of course, if needed, we'll obviously attack the airfields then after, as well as the naval assets. But until next time, ladies and gentlemen, thank you and goodbye. Stay tuned for next episode. Goodbye for now, ladies and gentlemen. Till next time. Keep it classy.